You're watching Cakeland. This is Cake News.
A community shaken after a small tornado in southwest Sedgwick County damages homes.
And they're cleaning up. Storms extending south through Oklahoma.
And golf ball-sized hail damages houses and cars in northeast Wichita. These stories and more coming up on Good Morning Kansas. So glad you're joining us this morning, everyone.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Mike Ewan.
And I'm Jamel Holoparik. It's been a rough couple of 24 hours. Let's get right to Ben for a look at our weather today. Nice now, though.
Weekend we have, but of course the thunderstorms have calmed down considerably through the night. This is the extreme southeastern corner of our state. These are not severe. Still some pretty heavy rainfall north and east of Howard there in northeastern parts of Elk County. Still very heavy rainfall south of Chanute. These are not severe once again, so no large hail or damaging winds. But it is the southeastern part of the state that might have another round this afternoon. For now, the rest of the state rainfall free. Does look like we'll have emerging sunshine as we head through the day today. 61 by 7, 76 by noon, 82 for a high. It's along and south and east of the turnpike that we'll have that slight chance of a storm or two this afternoon. Slight risk. Some of those could still be strong or severe again in the southeast. More on that here in just a bit.
Okay, thanks, Ben.
Thank you, Ben. Well, there'll be a lot of insurance agents getting calls today after a string of severe tornadoes and even a touchdown of a tornado near Wichita's Mid-Continent Airport. And many are beginning the cleaning up process this morning.
Kake's Jordan Shefty is live in southwest Sedgwick County, where an EF1 tornado damaged at least 3 homes, uprooting trees and even knocking over an irrigation system. Jordan.
Yeah, Mike and Jamel, we are still here on Mays Road, right by 55th Street, but we are now on the opposite side of the street from where the house is that was damaged. Take a look here. You can see one of the downed power lines here on the side of the street. Again, power is still out for much of this area out here. We have seen Westar crews out here working to try to get that power back. And if we can continue this way, you can see this trailer that has just been demolished out here. You can see how badly damaged it is. That is what a lot of the area out here looks like. The home that is out here is similar to that. And as we continue this way, there have been Westar crews out here throughout the morning trying to get power restored to this area. Now, we have just heard word that 135th Street West between K42 and 63rd Street is still closed this morning. And so is Tyler right out here by 55th Street. So we will continue to keep track of these closed roads. It is kind of unclear as to which ones are starting to open back up now and which ones are still closed, but we will keep on top of that. Power lines are what is causing those roads to be closed down, power lines. So it's for your safety to avoid those areas. Reporting live in southwest Sedgwick County, Jordan Shefty, Cake News.
And just like Jordan was saying, what was most likely a tornado tore through southwestern Sedgwick County. It caused heavy damage in many areas, knocking out power for thousands of people, for Westar customers, although that power is starting to come back on now. Cake's Parrish Allman continues our team coverage with a look at some of the wind damage.
Power poles and tree branches snapped in half, roads covered with power lines, damage caused likely by a tornado.
You can look right out there, you can see that the irrigation lines are down, and from the damage, I would say it's a tornado, it's not just straight line winds.
3 homes in the 5,000 block of 119th Street were heavily damaged, including Chuck Walton's home.
We've sustained quite a bit of damage, mainly just to trees and outbuildings and that sort of thing, and then a little bit of roof damage to the house.
You can see in this picture, Walton says his carport was destroyed and the car parked in it damaged. But he says his trees, they took the biggest hit.
It didn't take long to do a lot of damage. We got some 100-year-old trees that are laying on their sides.
Walton sent us these pictures because we can't get back to his home yet. Sheriff's deputies have closed off most of the roads in the area because of all the down power lines.
Everything between 135th and Tyler shut down between 55th and 47th.
Sheriff Easter says these roads will be closed all night and into the morning until crews can clear the power lines off the roads. Chuck Walton tells us he and his neighbors will be hard at work too, trying to clean up and repair the damage to their homes.
We're just going to work until dark makes us stop, and then we'll hit it again tomorrow.
On the ground, the rain fell so quickly that it overwhelmed some storm drains on Wichita City streets. Take West Street near the 8th Street intersection, for example. The water rose so rapidly it surprised some drivers. Some ended up stalled with either their cars flooded to the point they wouldn't run or their motors were steaming from the water the engines took in.
Check this out. Here's a different look at that tornado that touched down in Edmond, Oklahoma. It threatened a number of tourist attractions along historic Route 66. But luckily, there were no immediate reports of injuries or major damage. The same storm went on to hit parts of Kearney, Oklahoma.
With a tornado being sighted near Wichita's Mid-Continent Airport, at least 4 flights scheduled to land were diverted to other airports. A United Airlines flight from Denver was diverted to Garden City. Another United flight from Chicago went to Tulsa. An AirTran flight from Atlanta to Wichita landed in Kansas City instead. And a Delta flight from Minneapolis went to Tulsa. All those flights landed at Wichita's Mid-Continent Airport following the passage of the storm.
Our team coverage continues now with how fierce wind and powerfully destructive hail shattered windows in northeast Wichita. That's where we find KAKE's Chris Frank. Chris reports on damage from the Willow Bend community near 37th Street North and Rock Road. Chris?
Now just take a look at this downed tree. This fallen tree, just one of the many examples of the fierceness of this powerful storm. We found many people in the Willow Bend neighborhood cleaning up their messes.
About 150 windows are busted out.
That's 150 windows from the 176-unit La Crosse apartments. Property manager Lisa Aikens says their entire staff and extra family members are on site boarding up those windows with plywood.
Everyone's just pulled together to assist because I think we have another storm rolling in, so we want to get all the windows covered now.
That's what many in this northeast area of Wichita are thinking about right now, covering broken windows and skylights as best they can to keep further property damage from happening while they wait for permanent repairs.
We just took cover and hoped for the best.
While Maurice Galaviz and Amy Orr were sheltering in the basement, destructive hail was pummeling their house. As soon as the storm passed, Galaviz climbed the roof to cover a broken skylight that was letting water into the house.
I mean, we can't dictate the weather. I mean, KAKE's got a pretty good idea what it's doing, so we really depend on them and we watch them for the guidance and then take cover and then come out and assess it and just live day by day and see what happens tomorrow. Everything will take care of itself.
There are a lot of folks counting their blessings, knowing how close they came to further damage. That includes Ken and Sylvia Carson. Their mature Bradford pear tree has endured numerous storms, but the fierce wind was too much this time.
Is that no one got hurt and we're all safe. You know, God was with us.
Best news, no one was hurt. Trees can be replaced, but I got to tell you, the Carsons tell me they won't be replacing this tree with another Bradford pear. In northeast Wichita, Chris Frank, KAKE News.
Severe weather striking KAKE land Saturday night as well. KAKE First Alert Storm Tracker Bryce Kintai captured this tornado near Roswell Saturday night. No reports of injuries or major damage from the tornado. And we'll continue to track the latest weather damage right here on Good Morning Kansas and KAKE.com.
Real quickly, about 1,700 people are without power in Sedgwick County. We'll keep you updated on those numbers.
Yeah, Westar working on the problem. 7 minutes after 6 o'clock. Coming up, you may not get the coverage you're hoping for under the new health care law. That's all coming up in the Bloomberg Business Report.
And here are some pictures sent in by viewers from the storms this weekend. And you can see here the extent of the damage caused by all that wind and hail. Look at that tree. We'll be right back.
Of course, the severe storm risk areas were in western Kansas Saturday, central and eastern Kansas for Sunday. Today, we're going to shove them further into the southeastern part of our state, the slight risk area along the south and east of the Turnpike. A little further east yet for Tuesday. Your forecast coming up.
This is Good Morning Kansas with Jamal Holoperic, Mike Ewan, Jordan Shefty, and meteorologist Ben Pringle with your KAKE First Alert forecast. Always tracking, always alerting, always protecting. KAKE News.
You're looking at footage taken yesterday during the storms where high winds and large hail destroyed a viewer's fence. The wind and hail were problematic, breaking out windows and car windshields and beating against homes, causing a lot of damage all over the city. Parts of northeast Wichita were also hit by this powerful storm, mostly receiving golf ball-size hail damage.
And our team coverage now continues with KAKE's Deb Ferris, who is live at one business where windows were blown out by the storm. A lot of damage. Deb.
Yeah, we are at K96 and Woodlawn at this Meineke Car Care Center, and take a look at all of these garage doors behind me. You can see they're tarped up. That's because they were shattered by hail during the storm yesterday. And then these front windows here, If you look real closely, you can see right where those hailstones hit, shattering these windows as well. You can see where someone has taped these up. And just to tell you how powerful this storm was, you can even see down here where the paint is chipped off from those golf ball size hailstones. Also, leaves are stuck to the windows here. So a lot of damage in this area. I know we've talked about homes and cars, but obviously businesses here too. There's a business right next door. Those garage doors were also broken out by the hail. So there's going to be a lot of repair work going on in this area in order for these businesses to get back up and running. I know the sign here says that this business, Meineke, will be open at 7:30. So I'm sure they'll have people out here fixing the windows right away. We're live in Northeast Wichita. Deb Ferris, KAKE News.
Thanks, Deb. In this morning's economy tracker, you may be shocked to hear what type of health insurance coverage some employers are considering offering.
Bloomberg checking at the New York Stock Exchange with that, and United's plans to fly Dreamliners again finally getting off the ground in this morning's Bloomberg Business Report. Take a look.
Good morning. United Airlines flying commercial flights of Boeing 787s for the first time since the planes were grounded on safety concerns 4 months ago. Now, the airline phasing the plane back in on short-haul flights first, starting with today's flight from Houston to Chicago. Boeing never figured out what caused the Dreamliner's battery issues. Instead, it redesigned the battery and charger to prevent future problems. Well, Yahoo on the move again. The New York Times says the web pioneer has agreed to buy the popular blogging service Tumblr for more than $1 billion as Yahoo tries to use the popularity of social media to remake itself. And if you thought the new health care law would mean you'd be getting good health coverage, think again. The Wall Street Journal says some insurance companies are pitching plans that don't provide benefits for things like hospital stays, x-rays, or prenatal care. They're designed to meet the needs of companies required to provide coverage under the Affordable Health Care Act. Well, coming up after this, it's a big week for gamers.
Bloomberg's Business Report is brought to you by Delta. Keep climbing.
Thank you, Orville and Wilbur, Amelia, Neil and Buzz, for teaching us that you can't create the future by clinging to the past. And with that, your history. Instead of looking behind, Delta is looking beyond. 80,000 of us investing billions in everything from the best experiences below to the finest comforts above. We're not simply saluting history. We're making it.
Watch for more bullish headlines on housing. Economists forecasting reports this week will show some home sales climb to the highest level in more than 3 years. Higher close for stocks back on Friday on reports showing improved consumer sentiment and continued strength in the economy. Now watch for details tomorrow on the next generation of the best-selling Xbox. Sources say Microsoft's new gadget will use a Kinect sensor to recognize faces and recommend content based on a user's interests. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Jane King with the Bloomberg Business Report.
All right, time now, 6:15.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Now in the most accurate forecast in Kansas, here's KAKE First Alert meteorologist Ben Pringle.
Good Monday morning once again, everyone. It is a calm start for most of KAKE land this morning. Still mostly cloudy for now here in the south central part of the state. 61 by 7. 76 by noon today as skies become partly cloudy. And I think through the afternoon, slight chance of an isolated thunderstorm returning as we top out near 82 for a high. KAKE's Doppler HD still shows a couple of thunderstorms rolling out of the far southeastern corner of KAKE land. Still some pretty heavy rain in a couple of spots here, but nothing in the way of severe storms. It does look like it's going to be southeastern Kansas that has that risk again late this afternoon. Northwestern part of our state, a couple of sprinkles. Northeastern Colorado into southwestern Nebraska, slipping into far northwestern Cheyenne County. The rest of the state is rain-free. 40s and low 50s out west. 58 in Wichita, 56 Hutch, Salina. Still a few low to mid 60s in the extreme southeastern corner of our state. The showers and thunderstorms diminishing over the last couple of hours in the extreme southeastern Kansas. The high risk area today is going to be through eastern Oklahoma, southern Missouri, and northern portions of Arkansas. Still a slight risk of a few strong storms here in the southeastern corner of our state. After a calm morning, it looks like by midday today, a few thunderstorms trying to refire in the southeast. Hopefully, at least for KAKE land, those will be south and east of our viewing area. Isolated thunderstorm or two still possible just about anywhere by late this afternoon and this evening. Hopefully, these will stay less than severe, but it's going to be close for southwestern Kansas and certainly a few pockets of heavier rain rainfall, and that chance will be slipping into southeastern Kansas. That last graphic got by you kind of quickly there, but we do have a slight risk of strong to severe thunderstorms again this afternoon along and south and east of the Turnpike. Wichita area today, it looks like we'll see partly cloudy skies, slight chance of an isolated thunderstorm. Again, a few strong south and east of Wichita. Temperatures climbing into the low 80s for afternoon highs. Up here in the north central portions of our state, look for partly cloudy skies, an isolated thunderstorm possibility late this afternoon here as well. Temperatures in the upper 70s to around 80 degrees for highs. We'll continue with that slight chance overnight with low 50s for lows. Out west, slight chance of an isolated thunderstorm. A little better chance maybe here in the southwestern part of the state by late afternoon. Low 70s up north, looks like upper 70s for highs in the south. We'll continue with that slight chance mainly this evening, diminishing a little bit after midnight with upper 40s to low 50s for lows. The planner for us here in south central Kansas shows that slight chance of an isolated thunderstorm overnight. More sunshine back for Tuesday into Wednesday. Temperatures in the upper 70s for a couple of days there. Looks like a chance of thunderstorms returning for us by Thursday. Best chance this week, in fact. And I think our highs will continue to climb on into the low 80s as we head into this weekend. Salina, Hayes, Great Bend, all of north central Kansas temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. That's a breezy north wind Tuesday. And then your chance of thunderstorms back to finish the week as well. Still only a slight chance for Thursday and Friday. Garden City, Dodge, and Liberal in southwestern Kansas temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Next couple of days, chance of thunderstorms increasing for you as well by Thursday into Friday. Mid 80s for highs this coming weekend. And for Goodland and Colby in northwestern Kansas, breezy and kind of cool the next couple of days, but chance of thunderstorms increasing for you Thursday, particularly into Friday. Back into the 80s for highs statewide, in fact, for this weekend. Mike, Jamel.
Okay, thank you, Ben. Real quickly, Wichita Public Schools sending out school is in session. Power has been restored. Some window damage to Brooks, Buckner, Louverture, and the Chester School District.
But that's not going to stop school from taking place.
Right.
All right, 6:21.
Have you heard that someone won the jackpot in the last Powerball drawing, and it was no one from Kansas? Oh, man. We'll have a look at that after the break.
And here's a look at the commercial break. Here's a look at some of the damage near 47th and Tyler, west of Hayesville. People cleaning up the debris this morning from their yards as tree limbs and power lines were downed in that area. There was also some flooding in that area as well.
A winning ticket with the lucky Powerball numbers was in the Florida town of Zephyr Hills, and the ticket worth well over $500 million. That jackpot is waiting to be claimed. The name of the winner has not been released, but one lucky person is a lot richer this morning.
Some of music's biggest stars battled for the top honors at the Billboard Music Awards ceremony, with the first award of the night, top rap artist, going to Nicki Minaj. Top digital song went to Carly Rae Jepsen's, Call Me Maybe, with 7 million downloads. 7 million downloads. Madonna took home the top touring artist award, and Prince was recognized with the Billboard Icon Award.
Prince.
There he is, playing his guitar. Justin Bieber also winning an award, and Taylor Swift won top artist.
Madonna and Prince still in there.
Yeah.
Man.
There you go.
Now for a look at today's birthdays.
From the
Here we
weekend
go.
and today, and starting us off is Tim Wertman and Izzy Rattan.
Kyler Still, Gloria Morford,
Claudia Voldrock and Jeannie Seifert.
Mike Moen, Tate Lackey.
Then we have a picture, Colton Haig, 10 years old, doing the cowboy thing.
Yeah, everybody gets a gift card from McDonald's. Enjoy. Come by the station and just pick it up.
All right, time now, 6:25. Coming up in our next half hour of news, several counties still have Westar customers without power. We'll have an update on the numbers just ahead.
And a Southwest Sedgwick County community cleaning up after what possibly was a tornado that touched down near Clearwater. We'll have the details right after the break.
Rainfall totals both days over the weekend up over an inch through most of central, particularly eastern Kansas. Higher amounts in the far southeastern corner of our state. Still a slight risk of strong to severe storms in the southeast again this afternoon. Your forecast coming up.